Morning, guys. Just waiting for a couple people real quick. Gonna give some thoughts on Week 15 of the NFL. Plus some of my last thoughts on Star Wars: The Last Jedi. I'm not gonna give this movie any more time. Period. I'm just so disappointed with that movie. But let's begin with Week 15 of the NFL. Holy mackerel! What a weekend it was. Not just because of the teams that clinched playoff spots, but the way some of these teams won. And I started listening to some of these analysts this morning about the whole, let's start with Pittsburgh, the whole catch and how it was not ruled a catch. And I guess it brings back controversies to the Calvin Johnson, to the Dez Bryant no catch calls. By the way, the Dez Bryant was not a catch. That Calvin Johnson, okay, that would have been possible. And that's not because I'm not just an Eagles fan and want to diss Dez Bryant. It's because you can clearly see the ball hit the floor, and that was it. I guess there was a step in between, but I guess the rule is you have to catch the ball. If you're not a runner, you have to catch the ball and maintain possession in its entirety as you go down. So if you catch the ball and you're going down, unless you're not a runner, then you have to maintain possession. And I guess when it hits the ground, I guess that's ruled a no catch. And that's, I guess, how they're justifying this. The no catch from the tight end from the Pittsburgh Steelers. So it is what it is. It's not a catch, unfortunately. Once you see the replay, you can clearly see that the ball hit and therefore ruled no catch. The Raiders last night, holy crap. I mean, man, Carr, all you had to do was get the first down and get out of bounds. You would have had like 30 seconds with a timeout. I'm like, God, I get it. You wanted to probably just go for the win, which is cool. But you could have, honestly, that type of run, you could have waited till maybe you were down like 10 seconds. And then if that had happened, nobody would have blamed you. You were going for the win. You had one more play. You had nobody open. You made a choice. Fine. But you had 30 seconds. I think it was like 30 seconds anyways. Plus like timeout. Like, you don't do that. Just go for the first down, get out of bounds. You had it, and then you could have probably taken like maybe two plays. And then had that happen at the end, I wouldn't have blamed you, man. You did what you had to do. And then let's get to that other stupid call by the refs, the 4th and inches call that had an index card. I mean, if it was a clear first down, how was there space between the football, the index card, and the first yard marker, the pole, the marker? Like, how is that a first down, refs? That was not a first down. That was a 4th down. Okay, Dak Prescott did not get the first down. Oh, my God. But whatever. It's not like I care anyways. The Cowboys are done. Atlanta's going to probably win tonight. So the Cowboys are done. Okay, Cowboys fans, you're not making the playoffs this year. Okay, you made the playoffs last year. Congratulations. You're not making it this year. So forget it. Okay, there's just too much that you guys have to expect for you guys to make it, even if you win out. But oh my lord, and then so the Pats call, then the Drew Brees ones too, when clearly there were touchdown passes and then they got called back, and I'm like, oh come on, some bad calls by these refs this weekend. But that's been the story about the refs over the last couple of years: bad calls, missed calls. I mean, regardless who you root for, and we have a tendency as fans to do this. I know I'm one of them. Like, we look at calls that cost us a game, because these were calls that literally cost or changed the momentum of the games, and it happens, and we always blame that. But what can you do? So my suggestion to the NFL is, give these refs an eye exam or something, or change the damn rule. Change the rule, because if the guy catches the ball, that's a catch. I mean, that's it. You caught the ball, it's over. Like, why you gotta maintain possession of the ball, blah blah blah. The guy caught the ball. Like, goddamn. But whatever. I'm just a fan. I'm not in the front offices of the NFL headquarters. I'm not a rule maker. It is what it is. Just so frustrating. But speaking of frustration, and I know it's a rival game. I know. When it's a rivalry game, all stats are thrown out the window. As you saw yesterday, the Giants were 2-11. We were 11-2. So and it became a shootout. Well, not a shootout. I guess it became a sludge match. I forgot what it's called. A grudge match. That's the term. Sorry, that's too much. Grudge match. And came down to the end again. And that's what you expect from a rivalry game. Everybody's like, oh, the Eagles struggled against a 2-11 on Giants. We struggled the first time we played against the Giants. We won by a field goal. And it was a 61-yard field goal. At least Nick Foles gave him a touchdown. We gave him a cushion of 5 points at the end. I mean, and it's not because Nick Foles was struggling. It's because the defense didn't, like, for the third week straight, has been struggling. Has been struggling against the pass. I don't know if teams are starting to figure it out and that secondary is becoming vulnerable. Of course, with Patrick Robertson going down, basically that didn't help it either. But ever since Darby came back, there hasn't been that much pressure being put up by the front four. Maybe because they got their starter back, it's like, okay, we don't have to basically help out our secondary. But no, the formula of you bringing that pressure is how you got to 11-2 in the first place. So why not keep it? I mean, Jim Short's like, what are you doing, bro? Like, 500 total yards by the New York Giants offense? Come on, man. Come on. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. And like I said, I know it's a rival game. I know the teams know each other well, but how are you going to expect to go to the playoffs with this type of defense? You can't do that. You can't do that. So I don't know how they're going to change it up, but they need to change it up. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if somehow you guys activate Sidney Jones. The team doesn't activate Sidney Jones and say, well, let's try this out probably this week or next week. I mean, I think they have 10 days left to decide whether to activate Sidney Jones or not, and then put him in there, see what he can do. Put him against the Cowboys in the last week. I mean, if we win, I think the Eagles have to win against the Raiders and Minnesota has to lose, or if the Eagles just win, I have to go look at that up. Then they get home field advantage throughout the playoffs, which is going to be very crucial for this team, given that now you're with your backup quarterback and doesn't have much experience with the offense as Carson Wentz did. So we'll see what happens there. Hopefully it's to the Eagles' advantage. I'm not still saying Super Bowl yet because I'm not gonna jinx this team like that way. You know, for years I always say, oh, we're gonna go Super Bowl, and then we never go to the Super Bowl. And then this team I haven't said nothing but week to week. And then I did make a prediction: either we go into the wild card or we go win the division. So we won the division, but I haven't said Super Bowl. I mean, all these people are saying, oh, when Nick Foles, the team can go to the Super Bowl. I'm just like, I want to wait week to week. In the playoffs, it's a total different environment. Foles has experience in the playoffs. It is what it is. Whatever. But the defense has to step up. Nick Foles, great game yesterday. I mean, first drive, touchdown. Then you had 3 more receivers. I mean, there were some passes you can probably get back. But Doug Peterson, can you please run the damn ball? Like, goddamn, dude. What's the point of having 3 great running backs if you're going to live and die by the pass? Pass. Ajayi. Oh, my God, Ajayi again. Like, you know, I'm starting to feel bad for this guy. Not because he gets the ball, he breaks out, and at the last second, right before he gets to the touchdown marker, it's like you either fumble the ball, you run out of gas, and I don't know what's preventing you from getting to the end zone. I just want you to score because it's like you deserve it, bro. Like, you break out, you do these amazing moves, and then at the end, like, come on. I was talking to my girlfriend yesterday about it, Sam, and I was like, babe, like, can this guy just get in the end zone? Like, come on. Yeah, like, he's more than, oh, man. He'll get there. It's just, you know, it's like, again, like, damn, so close. But as you see Trey Burton step up yesterday, Nelson Aguilar, sort of guy, I wish comeback player of the year. Usually awarded to players who had an injury and come back, and then they basically have a great year. But Nelson Aguilar, 2 different players from last year to this year. It's just been great what he's been able to do. I had him right now as a bust last year. You look at the tape from last year if you guys want to, from the Eagles wide receiving core, and you'll know why. Great choice by keeping him. I mean, that's why those guys at the link earn the big bucks, and I'm just a fan on the sidelines. You know, I'll just say, I just look what I see, and I just saw a bust, and I don't know what Doug Peterson saw in the offseason, but it worked to their benefit. You trade off Jordan Matthews, so I thought it was going to be our number 1 receiver, but even I think he's injured out in Buffalo too. So it's like, okay, it is what it is. But Nelson Aguilar, great game. Trey Burton, great game. Alshon Jeffrey, great game. That left side again is breaking down. I don't know what. But I guess we have Wisniewski was out yesterday too, so I guess I knew that was going to be a struggle. But Nick Foles, great. Defense, step it up. Please step it up. Congratulations to those teams that clinched a playoff berth or won the division yesterday. Aaron Rodgers coming back. I don't know why he even came back. I mean, not to bash on you Packers fans. I just don't see why it was so necessary. I mean, it's a long shot for the playoffs for you guys too, and I don't think risking another injury for your quarterback was necessary. You know, like he even said that he threw, I guess, 3 interceptions yesterday. I just don't think that was to your guys' benefit at all. But I guess the guy wanted to play, so who's to stop the guy playing? So that's that. By the way, I love what Cam Newton did to the Packers defense yesterday. I don't know if you guys heard this line yet. He was like, I think it was 2nd and goal or 1st and goal, and he tells one of the defenders like, "Oh, I guess you study tape too, huh?" He's like, "Watch this," and then he throws a pass and scores a touchdown. I was like, "Oh man!" I was like, "That was pretty cool." He calls out the defense and still scores. That was pretty cool. Good job, Cam. Good job. That was pretty cool. But I was like, yeah, week 15 of the NFL, bad referee, bad calls. Defense, my defense struggling. Cam Newton calling out the defense. Oh, how could I forget? Freaking Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley, man. Oh my God, he just ran it down to Seattle's throat. Wow. What a bounce back win by the Rams. I mean, it was a nail biter last week. I was shaking, and if you don't believe me, ask Sam. Oh my God, that was a nail biting game. And then to come back and play the way you guys did this week, congratulations to LA Rams. That was great. That was great. That was great. I mean, I don't know if that's going to lead you to the NFC Championship game. I'm not saying we're going to be at the NFC Championship game, but if you guys play like that, you guys are going to be dangerous in the playoffs. That was a good win. That was a good win against Seattle. Makes me question why we did not do the same thing when we have a 3-headed monster. But then again, I am not Doug Peterson, who apparently lives and dies by the pass. Whatever. And Seattle's done. Seattle just doesn't look. I mean, I know we lost to Seattle, but even the way we lost to Seattle was questionable. Well, actually, it was not questionable. We just lost to Seattle, period. But, you saw the overthrows. The running game wasn't there. It was just a bad night for the Eagles. But I'm just like, damn, man. Wow. How can we... Whatever. Anyways, whatever. I'm not going to make an excuse for the team. We lost that game. Whatever. So, congratulations on the Rams on that win. I think you have to win one more to get your division. So, hope you guys get it. And that's pretty much it for Week 15 of the NFL. Now to Star Wars The Last Jedi final thoughts. Okay, look. A lot of you are saying, "Oh, this film was great. It was going in a different direction, and they took risks. I mean, but the film I thought was great." Like, no, the film was terrible. Okay, let's make it absolutely clear. The movie was terrible. It is not because it didn't stick to the originals. It is not because it took formula from the prequels, from the originals. I don't know where the formula came from, but the movie was terrible. This movie left you with so many questions, but killed off the characters that you needed answers from. Like, I don't get it. Here comes some spoilers. Like, okay, let's get okay, Snoke. Do you know who Snoke was? Are there any canon books on Snoke? We don't know who Snoke was. I don't know who he is still. I just know he was some damn 90 feet tall hologram in The Force Awakens, and then some disfigured looking mofo in this one. Who looks like a Harvey Dent wannabe right here with this side like burnt in, like you saw him in the Dark Knight, and you don't know who he was. And then he's supposed to be all this powerful being. There were articles coming out like days before. Oh, Supreme Leader Snoke is more powerful than Emperor Palpatine. I'm like, and the way you killed him off, I'm supposed to believe that? Like, really? No. Really? Like, he's supposed to be all this force sensitive, and then he can't sense Kylo Ren using the force, turning his lightsaber to him. He knew, I mean, Palpatine sensed when Luke was getting angry, and he sensed it, and then he basically is like, you want this, don't you? He knew he wanted the lightsaber, and basically struck him down, and Luke just held back. So Snoke can't do that. Snoke can't sense Kylo Ren turning the lightsaber, and basically chops him in half. So that's why I said in another video, he got mollified. He got chopped in half. And then also because the way he got killed off. So we don't know who Snoke was, and we're probably never going to know now. And what's next? Luke. I mean, the way you portrayed Luke in this film was so horrible. I mean, the way you made it seem in the trailer is like a man who gave up on the Jedi Order, who wants to destroy the Jedi Order and possibly create the Great Jedi. For those that don't know, the Great Jedi are the ones who basically use both aspects of light and the dark, and that's how they see themselves in the Force. Which I think it's ridiculous, you know, but whatever. I guess you have to add another aspect for Star Wars, I guess, to expand its universe. Whatever the reason may be. So he was trying that in the New Jedi Order, and I guess Kylo was seduced by the dark side, and since Luke basically surrendered his powers surrendered his Force abilities, you get Rey, if that makes any sense. So since you have darkness rising, and then you have to have something else that was the whole line, and light to meet it, then that was Rey, and that was the creation of Rey. And then whatever, it just didn't make any sense. And then you have Yoda returning saying, well, you don't even need the books anymore. And later find out that if you actually take a really good look, Rey stole the books, and they're in the Millennium Falcon in that little box that Finn opened up at the end. But the way the way you used Luke in this film was so disappointing, except for the end. I mean, when he came out of that Rebel base, and he just stands in front of the guerrilla walkers, and you see Kylo in a shuttle, and it says point every single gun at him, and basically all the walkers blasted Luke. That was pretty amazing. That was amazing. And then I thought, oh, he had a force shield. Oh man, this guy's powerful. He's back. And no. And then you had the whole Matrix lightsaber duel. You know, he's bending down, dodging, and everything. And then you find out he wasn't even there. It's that whole mind projection thing. Which I guess it made sense. But, you know, then you see the next scene, like you see him, he's all old again, and he dies, and I don't know if he's dead or he just disappears, binary sunset, and then disappears. That was one thing, but yeah, Luke, so disappointing, Snoke, disappointing, Rey was a good character in this film, but what I did not like was how they reveal who Rey's parents were, and they find out there's some junkies. I don't know if I'm gonna buy that yet. I don't know if I want to buy it. I just think I don't want to buy it. I think they're gonna maybe reveal something in episode 9, and if they don't, then it's really disappointing that they made it just some junkies. And that was it. Kylo Ren, man, I like Kylo Ren in this film. I really like Kylo Ren. You know, you see why he turned. You see why he was seduced and everything. And then when you feel like, oh, they're gonna team up, at the end he's like, okay, we teamed up, but this is what I really want type of moment. And then you're like, all right, cool. So he's not gonna turn. That was pretty cool. And then back to that Luke scene too, when he sees the Millennium Falcon. You know how much he hated his dad. He tells them like, I want every single TIE fighter on that piece of junk and blow it out of the sky. And I'm like, oh man, I was like, dang, you hate that ship that much because it reminds you of your dad. Oh, that's pretty cool. And then I guess Princess Leia did not die, even though she got jettisoned into space when the TIE fighters blew up the bridge of that cruiser. Oh, and I'll get to the cruiser in a minute. So they blew up the cruiser bridge, and then Admiral Akbar got blown out. You know, should have seen it was a trap. He got blown out in space along with Leia, and then somehow Leia survives. I guess she's all frozen in space, and then reaches out with her hand and basically is pulled back into the ship and survives her wounds and is alive. So I don't know who's going to replace Carrie Fisher. So we'll see what happens there. So Leia, Admiral Akbar. I'm not gonna talk about that General Hux or whatever his name is because he's annoying now. I mean, he's no Tarkin, he's no Thrawn, he's no Yularen, he's no so many other great military. I mean, even he's not even Piet. Remember Admiral Piet? You know, he got promoted after the other Admiral Hollis got choked to death by Vader. Anyways, I mean, at least Piet had some had something. I don't know. I could tolerate. I could tolerate Piet. This general dude is annoying. But anyways, whatever. Captain Phasma. Again, so much potential in the trailer. Disappointing in the film. Finn. Rose. I love that chick. Rose was pretty cool. That chick was pretty cool. I mean, the whole casino thing too was a waste of time, but Rose, I like her character. I think she was one of my favorite characters in this movie. Rose. But BB9, whatever, BB useless, BB8, man, I'm a Chopper fan. For all those that don't know, Chopper's in Star Wars Rebels. I think he's a better droid than R2-D2. If you don't believe me, his attitude, the way Chopper acts, I just think he's better than R2-D2, and I think he's better than BB8. But again, this is a cartoon, and BB-8 and R2-D2 have the movies. Although he was in Rogue One, Chopper was in Rogue One, so he was an Easter egg in Rogue One, and so was the Ghost. So I think that's where Star Wars Rebels is going to end, which sucks because I love Chop, as far as droids go. Let me see what else. So Beta, we talked about everybody, Snoke, everybody, yeah. And, cruisers. How the hell you make a Dreadnought class Star Destroyer? And I'm assuming this was bigger. I think they said this Star Destroyer was bigger than the Executor in the original trilogy. The Vader's Star Destroyer, the big one. And basically, you took a little. Has no shields. Somehow, this is the only cruiser in the whole entire fleet of the First Order that doesn't have shields, because every other ship has shields. I think even the TIE fighters have shields now. But this Dreadnought class Star Destroyer does not have shields. Like, how the hell does that happen? And this is what pisses me off overall about this movie. It was a 2.5 hour plot about how we gotta get fuel to our cruiser or the resistance ends. Like, really? This is what the plot is about? You have to go get fuel because you can't run away because they can track you to light speed? I'm like, if I wanted to watch 2.5 hours of barrage fire, because that's literally what it was, I would have just played Empire Total War, done a siege battle, running in slow-mo, because that's how long it would have taken to bring the walls down. You guys play Total War, you play a siege battle, you know those things take forever. Unless, I'm not going to there's different tactics, but I'm not going to get into it. That's how that movie felt. This movie felt, I'm sorry. I didn't like the plot, the characters, too many questions left unanswered, and you can't even answer them now because you kill off the characters. I don't know where the next film's gonna go. That's why I was a big fan of Rogue One, because I was like, okay, so Jin and I forgot the captain's name are gonna survive. Nope, the Death Star blew up the base, and you got that big tidal wave of fire coming in. They all died out. They all died out heroically. I mean, and then of course you top it off with that Vader scene, and it's like, oh man, I think Rogue One, like I said, is one of my favorite ones, but this one, so disappointing. And it's not because they took formulas from the past and they try to amplify the universe through that type of formula. It's just the storyline was terrible, too many plot holes. And for me to say it, like I said, I haven't criticized a Star Wars movie since Attack of the Clones. Because Attack of the Clones was, I don't like sand, of course. Whatever. We gotta get fuel for our ships where we're gonna die. Whatever. God, I'm so disappointed in this movie. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Go Eagles. Fix the defense. Fly Eagles fly. On to the next, on to the Raiders. The 2 last games are at home. All I want for Christmas for my team is home field advantage in the playoffs. That's all I'm asking for. Cowboys are not making the playoffs. I'm going to be abundantly clear about that. Cowboys are not making the playoffs. Star Wars The Last Jedi was terrible. Okay, I don't care if you, oh, it was great. No, it was not. It was not. If you're a true Star Wars fan, it's not that you have to hate this film, but you got to see the flaws in this film, and they're abundantly, they're abundant. Yeah, they're abundant. And, oh man. So, my hope is now the Han Solo movie, so hopefully that one's good. Ron Howard, I mean, you basically butchered Inferno, which I'm still mad at you about. So we'll see how you do in this one. And that's pretty much it. Nothing more to say. Yeah, that's it. Nothing else. So fly, Eagles, fly. On to the next. Han Solo, please be good. All right, bye.